Hello students, hope all are very good. And today's standards for 6th term to science class. So now we are going to see about heat. So we know heat is nothing but a form of energy, right? So in this case, we are very familiar with the heat. We feel it in our body with the sunshines. Of course, நமக்கு சூரிய ஒளி வந்து நம்ம மேல படும்போது we will feel heat, right? So similarly, this is heat. So what about ice cubes or fresh juice? We'll feel chillness, which means cold, right? So similarly, in this case, heat the opposite another cold. So sources of heat. What are the sources of heat? First, sun. Next, burning, which is nothing but combustion. Next, friction. Next, electricity. So these are all the basic and source of heat. These are the examples. So what about sun? We know very well, right? We know all that the sun gives us light with heat. So it feels hot because the sun gives out heat besides the light. We know very well, right? So in this case, we can't walk with the barefooted on sunny days in the afternoon and all. Nowadays, May month or April month and all, we can't get out, right? நம்ம எங்கேயும் வெளியில போக முடியாது. We can't walk barefootedly. ஏதோ ஒரு சாண்டல்ஸ்மே இல்லாம we can't walk, right? So which means heat. நம்ம நடக்கக்கூடிய floor or surface, then heat absorption நடந்திருக்கிறதுனால we may feel heat. That's what we are wearing sandals or shoes, gloves, sun cream. These are all we are applying or wearing. So first source of heat is nothing but sun. Okay, here the burning or combustion. Heat energy can be generated by the burning fuels like wood, kerosene, coal, charcoal, gasoline slash petrol, oil. These are all the best examples, of course. If you are burning wood, means there it is nothing but it's burning, right? So which is also nothing but combustion. So similarly, kerosene. If you pour a kerosene on a dry plants or wood, it will start burn, right, when you fire it on. So fire ஆகும்போது என்ன ஆகும்? Burn ஆக ஆரம்பிக்குது. Similarly, gasoline, petrol, oils இது எல்லாமே என்ன ஆகும்? Burn ஆகும். So this is the another source of heat. So next, friction. A simple example of friction we'll consider. Just rub your hands, continuously rub your hands. You may feel heat on your palms, right? So similarly, rub your palms for some time and then hold them on your cheeks. So when you feel so cold, we will do like this. Just simply we will rub our palms and we'll hold it on our cheeks. So this is the best example. So this is also source of heat, right? So we can generate heat by rubbing two surfaces of some substances. In the past, people used to rub two stones together to light a fire. Of course. Now we are rubbing our palms. We are getting heat and holding on our cheeks. You may feel heat. Similarly, in the ancient days, என்ன பண்ணாங்க, stones வந்து rub பண்ணதுனால என்னாச்சு, we will get a fire. We got a fire, right? So nowadays also we can do that. Just take two stones and just rub it. You may observe a spark. Then you may observe a light fire on that. So next, electricity. In this case, when electric current flows through a conductor, conductor is nothing but a aluminium, iron, wires. Okay, that is nothing but a conductor. So when electric current flows through a conductor, heat energy is produced, right? Similarly, continuously we are using a heater, iron box, electric kettle now, we may observe heat. Or similarly, if you are using your mobile phones, TV or laptops, you may feel heat, right? So this is nothing but a best example. But in electricity, we are considering heater, water heater and iron box. So the iron box is the best example, because we are ironing our cloths. To using that heat is very important, right? That the surface you may feel very heat. You can't touch that surface. So these are all the basic and working on this principle, which means sources of heat. That is nothing but a principle. So next point, heat. So what is meant by heat? Heat is an energy that rises the temperature of a thing by causing the molecules in that thing to move faster. which means heat அப்படிங்கிறது we know very well that is a energy, which means rises the temperature, increase in temperature. Temperature எப்படி இருக்கும்? Increase ஆயிருக்கும். In this case, molecules that think to move faster. Heat இருக்கும் பொழுது ஒரு objectல வந்து heat இருக்கு அப்படின்னா there the molecules are vibrating or moving inside the objects very fast. So ரொம்ப fast molecules என்ன ஆகும்? Vibrate or move ஆகும். So in this case, molecules in objects are constantly vibrating or moving inside objects. We can't see that movement with our naked eye. நம்ம கண்ணால நம்ம molecules எப்படி move ஆகுதுன்னு பார்க்க முடியாது. But we can observe heat, right? So we may feel that. So when we heat the object, is vibration and movement of molecules increases, which means temperature of the object also increases. Already I have told us vibration or movement of molecules getting increased now, then the temperature also getting increased. So heat is not a matter, it's a molecule. Okay, so it does not occupy spaces. Other space occupy பண்ணாது, but it has similarly it has no weight also. We can't measure a weight for heat, no. So like light, sound and electricity, heat is also a form of energy. And next, see, this is nothing but, in short, heat is the total kinetic energy of the constituent particles of objects. Each object consists of particles, right? So there it is nothing but heat, total kinetic energy of that particle of a particular object. So in SI unit case, for SI unit of heat, it is nothing but joule. So SI unit of heat is joule. So the unit calorie is also used for sometimes. For sometimes we may use a unit calorie, but not in this case. Maximum we will use a joule, but in a few areas we will use a calories. So this is the heat and this is the SI unit of heat is nothing but joule, and sometimes we will use the unit calorie. Okay, next, temperature. We know very well, right? The measurement of warmness, which means hotness, very heated one. So, or coldness, very chilled of a substance is known as its temperature. For warmness, the best example is boiling water, right? So coldness, of course, we can take a best example, ice cubes. If you measured a boiled water, now you may feel a high increasing temperature, right? Like 90 degrees Celsius or 90 degree Fahrenheit, 98 degree Fahrenheit. Similarly, coldness also we can say the degree Celsius or Fahrenheit. So this is nothing but the temperature. So in this case, the SI unit of temperature is nothing but Kelvin. Okay, and we should remember this, the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin, the SI unit of heat is Joule. Okay, in temperature we will use Celsius, Fahrenheit, these are another units. So Celsius, Fahrenheit, Kelvin, these are all the other units which can be used in this case, which means temperature. In temperature we can say it is 12 Kelvin, which means 12K, 13K will mention. Similarly, we can say 20 degrees Celsius, 20 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, but in the case of Kelvin, we will never use degree symbol, which means it is simply 20 Kelvin. But in the case of Celsius and Fahrenheit, we will use the degree, which means 20 degree Celsius, 20 degree Fahrenheit. In the case of Kelvin, 20 Kelvin. Okay, it is not a degree. So Celsius is also called as centigrade as well as, which means Celsius number centigrade no enna pannuvom solluvom. So it determines the direction of flow of heat when two bodies are placed in contact. If you are considering two bodies are placed in contact now, you may observe the direction of flow of heat, right? In which direction it's flowing. இப்போ ரெண்டு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் கான்டாக்ட் இருக்கும்போது எது மூலமா வந்து நமக்கு ஹீட் ஃப்ளோ ஆகுது அப்படின்னு நமக்கு தெரியும் இல்லையா, which means ஒரு ஹீட் உள்ள ஒரு vessel, you are just considering heated vessel, just place a very normal room temperature plate on that. Okay, you may feel after few minutes or few hours you will feel that the plate also heated one. So which means அந்த plate என்ன ஆயிருக்கும், heat ஆயிருக்கும். ஸோ ரெண்டு ஆப்ஜெக்ட்டுமே என்ன இருக்கு காண்டாக்ட்ல இருந்ததுனால ஹீட் வந்து அந்த வெசல்ல இருக்க ஹீட் வந்து அந்த பிளேட்டுக்கு என்ன ஆயிருக்கு ஃப்ளோ ஆயிருக்கு. ஸோ விச் இஸ் நத்திங் பட் the direction of flow of heat when two bodies are placed in contact. And next, heat and temperature. Heat and temperature. What is the difference? We should know, right? Both are not same. Heat is different and temperature is different. Here, temperature is related to how fast the atoms or molecules moves or vibrate within the substance. And heat not only depends on the temperature of the substance but also depends on how many molecules are there in the object. So heat when the temperature base பண்ணி இருக்கு but not only temperature, it also depends on the how many molecules are there in the object. If you consider one object na அதுல எவ்வளவு molecules இருக்கு அதை பேஸ் பண்ணி தான் ஹீட் என்ன ஆகும் ஜென்ரேட் ஆகுது ஃப்ளோ ஆகுறது. ஸோ இதை பேஸ் பண்ணி தான் இருக்கும். In temperature, it measures the average kinetic energy of molecules, right? But in the case of heat, there it measures the total kinetic energy of the molecules in the substance. Just remember this, in temperature, it measures the average kinetic energy of molecules, but in the case of heat, it measures the total kinetic energy of the molecules in the substance. Average kinetic energy in temperature, total kinetic energy in heat. So these are all the basics. You should remember this always. So first we saw about the heat. So SI unit of heat is joule. And next we saw about temperature. The SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. Then we saw about the difference between heat and temperature. Next, electricity. We know very well, with nowadays we are using electric gadgets, right? Without electricity, we can't live, which means we have to charge our mobile phones, we have to charge our laptops, we would like to see TV always. So similarly, we need electricity nowadays. So without electricity, we can't have a light or fan, we can't operate it, right? But in ancient days, they used oil lamps for light, for cooked, whatever it is. They for cooking, they used a wood or coal. But now we are using a gas cylinder. But in electricity, when you consider electricity, we may say that the induction systems, right? So in our day-to-day life, it made easy for us. So world is in our hands, which means electricity. So without electricity, we can't live because nothing in our hands, right? Mobile phones we need. Nowadays, online classes are going on, which means laptops, mobile phones, television. These are all very essential, right? So now also electricity also essential. Okay, come on, let's listen into this lesson to know about more electricity. First, cell. A device that converts chemical energy into electrical energy is called a cell, which means a device which converts chemical energy into electrical energy is called a cell. So chemical solution which produces a positive and negative ions is used as a electrolytes. You may observe in your past days, you just consider ஒரு beaker எடுத்துட்டு we pour some electrolyte solutions. So அதில் ரெண்டு positive and negative rod consider பண்ணுவோம். Through that we'll connect a wire. Then அதை வந்து ஒரு bulb கொடுத்தோம்னா it will glow. So which means electrolyte solutions. Which means the electrolyte solution is the chemical energy. So it converts electrical energy, which means it glows a bulb glowing out the layer. So which is nothing but electrical energy. So chemical energy into electrical energy. Two different metal plates, already I have told this, two different metal plates are inserted into electrolyte as electrodes to form a cell. So due to chemical reactions, one electrode gets positive charge and the other one gets negative charge, producing a continuous flow of electric current. So which is nothing but a cell. Cell base panni we studied about a chemical energy to electrical energy. There we considered electrolyte solutions with that two metal plates. So with two metal plates into electrolyte is nothing but electrodes to form a cell. So due to chemical reactions, one electrode gets positive charge and another one with negative charge. So through this it's producing a continuous flow of electric current. Continuous flow na தொடர்ந்து we are getting current, right? So that is nothing but a continuous flow. Depending on the continuity of flow of electric current, cells are classified, which means in the continuity of flow of electric current, we have considered now here continuous flow. So based on that, we split it into two types, which means primary cells and secondary cells. So first we learned the cell. What is meant by cell? A device that converts chemical energy into electrical energy. And next is we saw about electrode and electrolyte solutions and positive ions and negative ions. Finally, we got a continuous flow of electric current. Depends on that, we split it into two types, which means primary cells and secondary cells. Yes, primary cells, which is nothing but we cannot recharge. We can't recharge it now. So they can be used only once. Hence, the primary cells are usually produced in smaller sizes. See here the examples: cells used in clocks, watches, toys. Also, we can say nowadays a remote, TV remote and all. We can't recharge, right? We should replace the battery. So, these are the best example, which means they cannot be recharged, so they can be only used once means you can't say that for only one day. Once, if we, for clocks and all, we can't change day by day, we can't change, right? For a month we are using, so 2-3 months we will use a battery, after that we will throw out. So that is a primary cells. In the case of secondary cells, the cell that can be recharged many times, that is nothing but a secondary cells. The best example is mobile phones, right? Nowadays we are charging our phone. So these cells can be recharged by passing electric current. So they can be used again and again. So we are using mobile phones and all, we are using again and again, right? After charged over. Just these are the examples. So the size of the secondary cells can be small or even large depending upon the usage. So depending upon the usage means depends upon the object, whether it is phone or car batteries or whatever it is. It depends upon batteries or object, it varies. So while the secondary cells used in mobiles or in the size of a hand, right? Already we have no mobiles or in the size of hand. The cells used in automobiles like cars and buses are very large and very heavy too. So these are the differentiation. So first we learned about the primary cells, which means we can't recharge it. But in the case of secondary cells, we can recharge. And in the case of primary cells, we examples are cells used in clocks, watches, toys. These are all the primary cells. And also we can say that the remotes, the batteries and all. And here in this case, in the secondary cells, we can say mobile phones and automobiles like cars and buses. So it is very large or whether it is small, we can recharge it. So this is the primary cell and this is the secondary cell. Next, conductors and insulators. In the case of conductors, in the case of insulators, we want electric current, right? So first we learn about electric current. The rate of flow of electric charges is in a circuit is nothing but electric current. Okay. Let's learn about a conductor. The materials which allow electric charges to pass through them are called conductors. For example, copper, iron, aluminium, pure water, earth. In this case, copper wire, aluminum wire and all, we can consider, which means it allows electric charges to pass through them. அதனால தான் அந்த கரண்ட் என்ன ஆகுது, கண்டக்ட் ஆகுது. கண்டக்டார் அப்படின்னும் பொழுது நம்ம கன்சிடர் பண்ணிக்கக்கூடிய இந்த மெட்டீரியல்ஸ்ல என்ன ஆகும், எலக்ட்ரிக் சார்ஜஸ் பாஸ் ஆகும். ஸோ பாஸ் ஆகுறதுனா நமக்கு வந்து கண்டினியூஸ் ஃப்ளோ இருக்கும். அந்த கண்டினியூஸ் ஃப்ளோன்றதுனால நமக்கு ஃபேன், லைட் இதெல்லாம் என்ன ஆகுது, ஒர்க் பண்ணுது. But in the case of insulators, the materials which do not allow the electric charges to pass through them, which means plastic, wood, glass, china clay, ebonite, rubber, இதெல்லாம் என்ன ஆகாது, current do not allow, which means அதுல current என்ன ஆகாது, pass ஆகாது. Electric charges never pass through them. So which is nothing but the insulator. So conductor அப்படின்னும் பொழுது it conducts the current, and in the case of insulator, here it will never allow electric charges to pass through them. So now we learn the difference in this case. Okay, in the case of conductors, why it's allowing or passing through them அப்படின்னா, the conductor like copper, aluminum, iron, in the case here and all, it consists free electrons. But in the case of insulators, which do not allow electric charges, right, to pass through them. What is the reason? In the case of plastic, glass, wood, rubber, there and all, the electrons are tightly bonded with them. So that's what it never allow electric charges to pass through them. So it is a conductor and it is the insulator. So now we learned about the difference between conductors and insulators. First, we start with cell, which means chemical energy into electrical energy. Then we learned about two types of cells, primary cells and secondary cells. Primary cells அப்படின்னா நம்ம recharge பண்ண முடியாது. Again we can't use that. Only once we can use. In the case of secondary cells, we can recharge, which means again we can use. Similarly, in the case of conductor, the electric charge to pass through them, which means the materials will allow. But in the case of insulators, materials do not allow electric charges to pass through them. Okay. So these are all the topics, and you should remember always this is all the basic. So நீங்க எப்பவுமே இதை வந்து ஞாபகம் வச்சுட்டே இருக்கணும். So நீங்க இதுக்கான மெட்டீரியலை வந்து ஸ்கூல்ல வாங்கிக்கோங்க. They will send you the message. They'll send you the message. So after that, you will just come to the school and collect your materials for this and write down in your class work note. So wear mask and don't go outside unnecessarily. Stay at home itself. Eat healthy food. Okay, okay, ma'am. Kindly read this and thank you.